About a year ago, as the Lord began to really call me personally, and I believe our church, into a deeper and more consistent place of prayer, that those were like little vacations that I took once a year. And the Lord was like, I've got that available for you a lot more than that. The radical encounter with God kind of stuff, the presence of God kind of stuff. And so that's been a muscle he's been trying to develop and grow in me. And it is always inconvenient. It's never convenient. There's never a time up to this point, since God really put that on our heart in January of 2023, where to be in God's presence for a longer amount of time makes sense on a practical, convenient level. This doesn't work with kids, doesn't work with attention spans, all of it, none of it. And yet, what I'm learning in this 4-hour chunk of prayer that I was here on Friday, 2 Fridays ago for, was this picture where it's over those 4 hours, it was like the Lord and I had a 5-course meal together. And in that first 30 minutes, first hour, was like the appetizer. And as it continued on, and we continued to pray, and I continued to just compress in, and a little bit of distraction here, press back in. A little bit of thinking about this here, I'm tired, it's 9 o'clock now, whatever, a little bit, press back in. And I began to watch this meal unfold in God's presence, and he kept bringing more out for us to eat together. Really, it's just all I give him time for. I wonder how many Christians are settling with just the appetizer in their relationships with God and the presence of God. And what I'm not saying is that it's always got to be the 4 or 5 hours, but the principle of time, inconvenience to your schedule, inconvenience to even the familiarity and the comfortability with doing it, is that God has more for you, more of who he is unveiled to you the longer you linger. He's got a 4-course meal, and so many of us, we stop at the appetizer because the rest of it is inconvenient to our plan, to our desire, to our schedule, to our ability to sustain in the silence. And some of the reason why I'm so passionate about some of this EHS stuff, the emotionally healthy spirituality, is helping people go on a journey of figuring out why it's so stinking hard to be still and quiet before God. And these little Pop-Tart devotionals that we've become addicted to, that we think they satisfy us. All right, got it, boom, 5 minutes, I'm ready to be Christian today. First